thanks very much for joining me this morning. The industry seems to be very slowly coming back up to speed after the lockdown. What's the state of play at Saniflo?
Yeah, I would agree with you there. There's a lot more positive news coming out, and probably from halfway through May, I guess, we started to feel a lot happier about things. Many of our larger customers, both the merchant groups and distributors, started to get back into gear from mid-May. Previously, they'd all been on an emergency supply only, as possibly the marketplace knows. But the big guys are really picking up now and starting to place some nice stock orders to replenish stock, which clearly was being run down as soon as the lockdown came into play. Many customers cancelled orders and started to watch stocks very carefully, which is a very sensible thing to do, of course. But yeah, beginning to come back now, and I suspect that haven't got the final figures for May yet, but we'd be running round about 70% of our budget in May, which was a lot better than I'd expected, to be honest with you. Yeah.
And as a company, you're doing your bit in the fight against the coronavirus over the longer term, aren't you? Tell me a little bit about the Kineprotect product.
Yeah, Kineprotect product. Obviously, we have a factory over in Nantes in France, which has been producing Kinedo showers for many years now. And it seems an obvious thing to do from a group perspective. The first plan was to just manufacture screens for the group, protective screens for desks, offices and countertops, etc. And then giving more thought to it, clearly we have the product there, we have the glass, we have the cutting facilities and tempering, and we also have the extrusion available. So it's not a very difficult thing to make the screens. They're not a complex item, of course. So the plans were drawn up fairly quickly in early May, and we've begun production as of this week. And we should see some stocks into place in the next week or so here in the UK. And
social distancing, of course, is right at the top of all companies' hierarchy of control when they manage coming back to work safely. What are the benefits of a glass product over different sorts of barriers?
Well, I think looking at what people put into place early on, I'm taking as an example local village shops, for example. My local shop, the guy in there just put up a piece of perspex he bought from Wix or something like that, I guess, and after a time the plastic and perspex will scratch and discolour possibly. And in some locations that we've thought of, hotels, restaurants and other places, we would imagine they want something a bit more classy, plastic and perspex in a Hilton hotel or something like that would look a bit naff, frankly. So we're anticipating that we can perhaps move into slightly different markets with that product. And indeed, in corporate offices and things like that, would you necessarily want a piece of plastic on your desk working with a colleague? So that's really why we're hoping that the glass route, they will not be the cheapest on the market, of course, but we're looking for quality rather than just a good price, really.
Tim, thanks very much for talking to me this morning.
Okay, thank you.